16th, regular meeting of the Forest Hills Board of Education to order. This is a meeting held in public for the purpose of conducting the school district's business and is not to be considered a community public hearing. There is a time for public comment during the meeting as indicated in agenda item 11. If you would like to speak during public comment, please be sure to fill out one of the comment cards that are outside the door where you came in. They will be collected right after the superintendent's report. Now if you would please stand and join us as Mrs. Tryon leads us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Welcome everyone. Hope everybody's having a good start to the school year. Up first, we have our department highlight, which will be presented by Assistant Superintendent for Construction, Scott Hay.
Okay. Can everyone hear me?
Yes.
Perfect. Well, first, I'd just like to welcome the board, Superintendent Kirby, administrators, community members here to this beautiful building. We are very much enjoying this space, so thank you. It's great to be here and just welcome again. What I would like to do is present data, trend data, on how's the district doing. The data that I'm going to share focuses on climate and culture as well as academic data for the 23-24 school year. We have slides available. They'll be here and here, and then back there if it's easier for you to see. So starting off, all of our professional learning really starts with our vision, our mission, and our guiding principles. But in the lower corner, we're also putting our district continuous improvement goals. In other words, what are we really, we're going after a lot, but what are we really focused on? And we're really focused on those MTSS implementation, our capacity, basically to take care of students both academically and behaviorally. Specifically, it's focusing on PBIS, but there's still a number of things that we continue to work on. In addition to that, we're really looking, or have been looking, at our literacy outcomes, really those intervention outcomes for students. So I just wanted you to see that because that's how all of our professional learning begins. So as we look at data, the culture and climate, this is the survey that our staff, our students, and our families, that they would respond to. In addition to this, our school year starts off with our individual schools looking at how did their individual buildings come out as according to the data. What you're seeing here is sort of an aggregate of all of that data in a district profile. So when we talk to high school students, and the culture and climate survey data that I'm going to share with you tonight mostly focuses on the high school. The other data is certainly available. I selected high school just to share with you tonight. So when we look at Forest Hills, from the perspective of students, this is one of the things that we thought was really important. In our high schools, our principals, our teachers really went after this. Do they feel a sense of belonging? Do they think that students are friendly? And do they like being at school? Sarah Whitford, who is our data person, really did a great job in taking this and creating a visual representation of that for you so it's easier to read. But you can see that we're trending in a positive direction. That's really what we want to see because our teachers are saying this is something that's super important. As we look at more student feedback, how does staff treat, so the staff treats all students fairly. Teachers treat students with respect and discipline is enforced fairly. That's really important to us as we are working on being fair and being consistent with our discipline approaches as related to PBIS. Again, PBIS is more about teaching expectations. In other words, how do I navigate this space? High school students are increasingly likely to know that there are adults at school whom they can reach out to for both school and personal problems. You can see those numbers again. We're looking at those trends. These are things that we see increasing. Again, focusing on students, looking at courses. Are they interesting? Do they help them prepare? And do they help them to plan for their future? future education or career. Again, looking at those trends, all trending up. Also, when we look at the data, just because they're trending up doesn't mean that we're like, oh, hey, we're trending up, we're done. These are still things that we focus on within the buildings. Now, this is family perspectives. So we saw the students back here, same question, but just for the families now. So we asked families, the courses and activities offered at Forest Hills keep children engaged, are preparing children for life after high school, and prepare them, again, for their futures. Now, this is different from our students. Our students feel this is our families, and this is how they the percentage of responses that would agree. More families are satisfied with the accessibility of school staff. Like, can I get a hold of my teachers? We looked at response rates from administrators. Saw a nice jump there from 2023 to 2024. And then this last one is teachers feel families support them. It's a great percentage of our staff that feel like they're getting a lot of support from families, both academically and behaviorally. More high school students agree that staff treat all students fairly, teachers treat students with respect, and discipline is enforced fairly. Again, we're looking at, we're real concerned with those trends. Which direction are we going? The thing that we get excited about is this is after some intentionality with implementation of PBIS. Increasing percentages of high school students feel they have input in improving their schools, so that's that voice piece. And then their teachers encourage them to do the best they can in school. The vast majority of our families continue to feel that teachers set high expectations for our students. So almost 92% of our families feel that way about our teachers and the expectations when coming to Forest Hills. And then this here says, although increasing students remain less confident in their families, that homework helps them learn. So essentially, it's like asking kids, do you think homework is helpful? 60.7 students said, yeah, it's pretty good. And then families, 85.4%. So there seems to be a gap in the analysis between what parents think and what students think. We'll work on that. And then teachers remain more confident in students and families that the feedback they give on assessments, quizzes, and tests help students learn. So again, there's a gap there. And so then we begin to ask, well, why? I don't have an answer for you tonight. Just this is a noticing and a wondering. And so we'll do a gap analysis on that. Looking at then academic data. Again, picture each of the buildings having their own individual data and being able to go through this with their teams because they're the most knowledgeable. They are closest to their students. They are the closest to be able to affect change. Like, what are we going to do when we look at these things? Where are our gaps? Academic data, we took a look at the third grade MSTEP, both math and language arts, and we continue to see some upward momentum in that English, that ELA, and then we noted a slight dip in 2024 where we were at 75% down to 73%, but we looked at where were we prior to the pandemic and we're still above that. Skipping up to 5th grade, looking at our MSTEP data, 5th grade ELA on the 71% proficient, and then math at 63% proficiency rate. Holding steady with, again, looking at that pre-pandemic data. So what we do, interestingly enough, is we say, well, is this where we want to be? No, it's not. Interestingly, this year's curricular focus is on math. K-5 will be doing a study for programming. Are we getting the results that we want to get with the curriculum that we're currently using? Our everyday math has been with us, boy, for a long time. I came to the district in '99. That was the curriculum that we were using. It's been through a few revisions, and we'll evaluate that again. Is that the tool that we want to use, or are we looking for a change? We don't know. 8th grade PSAT data. see the trends there. Our ELA scores remain, they're sort of continuing up higher, and then we had a slight dip with our PSAT math scores. And again, asking similar questions, like why did that happen? We got a real high bump in 2023, and then 2024 back down a little bit. So why did that occur? Looking at our high schools and ranking ourselves against other area schools, you can see where we fell. And this is ELA, the 2024 data, and then with our math, where we are at. Taking a look at our, you can't see that because it's a screen sharing, but this is our AP exam data. We continue to have students enrolling and taking AP courses and taking those exams. This year we had the highest number of participants in our AP courses and taking those AP exams, all while enrollment is down from that 2019-2020 number. So we're really proud of our students and how they're scoring. In addition, just a few things to know, we had 179 AP scholars, 108 AP scholars with honors, and 179 AP scholars with distinction. So there's a lot to celebrate in the district, and there's also a lot to do. But we're really excited, and again, and proud of our teachers, proud of our students for the work that we have been able to accomplish and will accomplish moving into the future. I just thank you for giving me the time to present some of this data.